Michael O'Grady, I creativi.
Remember when we did Bohemian Rhapsody at Sayers without any rehearsals? It's like something sort of like that. Like, can you
Let's
pull this
wait.
off with no
It's
rehearsal?
let's. We got to talk about that for like 2 seconds, real quick, just
Sure.
so everybody knows. Like that to me is one of the coolest fucking things I have ever been a part of. We got to do that together,
Yeah,
which was
yeah,
even more bananas because it's such a piano guitar song.
sure.
Right. And it's, you know, what's weird though, too, is like you think Bohemian Rhapsody is like 8 or 10 minutes, but it's really only like five and a
It's
half
not that
minutes.
long.
It's not that long of a song, but it's epic and there's so many parts. And for those of you who don't know, and before COVID, we used to do this weekly night thing, another jam at Sayers Club, and it was Matt Beckley's birthday that night. And of course, that night is like any other night where we're learning like 20 other covers and 20 other, or like you learn like 10 covers and you learn like 7 originals from artists who are performing there that night.
Because it wasn't like a jam where we just do one song. We were like
No,
playing the whole
we're
set.
playing the whole set. We're a part of like the house band, and shout out to Matt Beckley for that night and Dale's Hotel, which is Brian Dale Logan, and shout out to Rod Castro and Nick Rosen for being the MD and putting all that out there.
Sloan, I think he goes by Sloan now.
That's his artist. Yeah, exactly.
He's been taken off on that during the pandemic.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like that's what this is the time to do it now too. And
Side note on that real quick, I think it's
What?
funny that he wears this mask that covers everything but his mouth. Anyway.
Oh, that is funny. I didn't think about it. It's like Batman is like the superhero. Like we can't use Batman.
It's like you can't. He still can't go to the supermarket wearing
Right.
masks,
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. Wow. Wait, isn't that weird how things happen? Yeah, that is funny.
Anyway,
But yeah, so it was one of those nights, and we didn't tell Matt Beckley because Matt Beckley was playing guitar with me and Rod Castro. We didn't tell him about the Bohemian Rhapsody cover. That was going to be like a special treat for him.
yeah.
He was in the
It was
audience.
a surprise.
It was a total surprise. There was a choir. And again, we did not, and we never do a rehearsal. And so it was one of those things where most of the time Rosen will, and this is a thing where a lot of working musicians out here in LA, where if you get to be a part of certain things, and one of the things that I didn't know moving out here is just how quick you have to be on your feet, because most of the time, and somebody like Nick and a night like Sayers, they go with the vibe. And then all of a sudden, somebody can show up in the audience and he goes, "Oh my God, like Jessica's here. We're going to do this. We're going to do this song. We're going to do one of hers, or we're going to do like a cover that she's good at singing." And it's like, "Hey, do you know Oh Darling?"
Hope you know it.
Hope you know it. We're doing it. Like, and that's what, so you got to be quick on your feet. And usually we'll get the list of the songs like 2 nights before, or maybe the night before.
Or maybe like the day of.
Or the day of. It depends
Every
on
once in a while.
Right. Depends on how problematic they are. But when we did Bohemian Rhapsody, that one, I swear he sent that to us like 2 weeks in advance, 3 weeks in advance.
Oh yeah, he let us know way in advance.
Right. He was like the email and the text basically said, "Do not fuck this up because we're doing it. Like, do not fuck it up at all." I think the only rehearsal that you might have been a part of was just a couple of hours.
I showed up for we didn't even use
vocal.
the sound check, but I showed up for the equivalent of a sound check to run it with the vocalist, piano vocalist.
Right. That was it. That was all
we
that.
We did it like one time. It's like, okay.
And you know, the weird thing about that is too, is that sometimes those kind of songs go over the best because you're so nervous about fucking it up. And you really make sure, like, I have one shot, one opportunity, to not blow this. So it went off like without a hitch. Like, I remember that was a blast. And big credit to you, Mr. Piano Player. That is a huge fucking piano song. I'm still to this day working on it, and I'm only at the first.